You're standing in the trees. 50 feet away, a mountain lion walks out of the shadows and locks eyes with you. It doesn't growl, it doesn't lunge, it just stares. Like you accidentally walked into its therapy session and sat in the wrong chair. Every cell in your body is screaming the same word: run. And that one word, that ancient, deeply confident piece of advice from your own nervous system, is exactly how people die. The moment you spin around and sprint, something changes. Not in you, in the animal. Because you just stopped being a strange, upright, confusing creature. You applied for a job. The job is prey. And congratulations, you're hired. Predators don't hunt because they're furious. They hunt off a trigger, a very specific, very old trigger. Scientists call it prey drive, and it isn't a decision. It's closer to a reflex, the same way you flinch before you even realize something is flying at your face. When a lion, a wolf, or a big cat sees something bolt, a switch flips, the brain stops thinking, it just starts chasing. Your house cat does the exact same thing. That piece of string on the floor, completely ignored. The second you twitch it away, chaos. Full predator mode. The string didn't get more delicious. It just started running. Now take that same reflex and put it inside a 150-pound mountain lion instead of a 9-pound furball. Running isn't just embarrassing anymore. It is the single worst idea available to you. Here's the thing most people miss. In the majority of these encounters, the animal isn't planning to eat you. It's trying to figure out what you even are. Predators didn't survive millions of years by picking random fights. Every hunt costs energy. Every fight risks injury. And out in the wild, there is no urgent care clinic for a cracked jaw. So the animal is quietly doing math. Is this a threat? Is this food? Can I win this without limping for 3 weeks? And a human, frankly, is a deeply confusing contestant. You stand upright on 2 legs, which is weird. You face forward instead of sideways, like a polite grazing deer. And you smell like a walking chemistry lab. Sweat, sunscreen, metal, whatever cologne, felt like a confident decision that morning. None of it matches anything on a predator's usual menu. That long, unblinking stare isn't the animal summoning courage to attack. It's the animal squinting at a word it has never seen before and trying to sound it out. Then you run. And just like that, you answered every question it was asking. You answered all of them wrong. Running tells a predator 3 things in about 2 seconds. 1, you're afraid, which reads as weakness. 2, you move like prey, because prey runs and predators generally do not. 3, you have very kindly turned your most vulnerable side toward the animal with the claws. It is the wilderness equivalent of emailing your password to a hacker. A mountain lion's body is literally engineered around this one moment. The explosive burst of speed, the claws, the bite aimed at the back of the neck. Every single piece of that system is optimized for something that is already running away from it. Standing still doesn't just fail to trigger that system. It denies the system the one ingredient it actually needs. This is why every wildlife agency in mountain lion, bear, and wolf territory gives the exact same advice. Don't run. Make yourself big. Back away slowly. It isn't a tip your uncle invented on a camping trip. It is a direct countermeasure to a reflex that has existed for millions of years. Different predators have different personalities, though. Mountain lions are stealth professionals. Think ninja, silent, patient, already behind you before you notice anything. Wolves are team players. Think coworkers who insist every problem needs one more meeting. They test, they circle, they watch. A calm group of humans holding their ground looks like an expensive and unpredictable investment. One panicking person sprinting into the dark, that is a completely different business opportunity. And then there are bears. Bears are the biggest bluffers in the animal kingdom. A bluff charge is one of the most genuinely terrifying things a living creature can do to another living creature. A full sprint directly at your face, stopping just a few feet short. It isn't a failed attack, it's a question. Are you going to run? Hold your ground, and the charge usually stops right there. Because the bear already got the answer it was fishing for. Wolves run a quieter version of the same test. Circling, posturing, watching. Because a real hunt is expensive and risky, and testing the target first beats gambling blind. In most of these moments, the animal is negotiating, not attacking. And running is the one move that ends the negotiation instantly, every single time, and always in the animal's favor. None of this is an ironclad rule. Some encounters were never a negotiation to begin with. A starving predator. One that was already stalking you from behind, unseen. A mother defending cubs at close range. That decision got made before you even knew anything was there. But those are the rare exception, not the daily pattern. Most encounters that end peacefully do so because the animal was still watching, still deciding, still doing the math. And the outcome of that math depends almost entirely on what you do in the next 5 seconds. Standing your ground has nothing to do with bravery. It's simply refusing to hand over the one signal the predator's nervous system has been waiting for. Bears add one more layer to all of this, because not every bear that charges is hungry. A startled bear, a mother with cubs, a bear guarding a kill, these animals might charge purely out of defense, not appetite. Running still makes it worse. Not because the bear suddenly finds you appetizing, but because fleeing turns a tense, uncertain standoff into pure motion and panic. And no human alive, no matter how many 5Ks they've trained for, is outrunning something that size. Millions of years of evolution built your body for a world exactly like this one, and it still screams the same thing every single time. Run. That instinct evolved in a world where the choice between fight, flight, or freeze happened faster than thought, and it saved your ancestors more times than you will ever know. But here is what your ancestors eventually figured out. The thing that separates humans from almost every other prey animal on the planet. You can notice that ancient alarm going off inside you, and you can choose, on purpose, not to listen to it. That is the entire secret behind every piece of wildlife survival advice ever written. It was never about outrunning the animal, because you cannot. It is about outsmarting the one reflex that would turn a tense standoff into an actual chase. The research backs this completely. Most encounters between humans and large carnivores never escalate at all. The ones that do share a very specific set of ingredients surprise at close range. An animal already conditioned to human food, an injured predator running out of options, or a mother protecting young at 0 distance. Outside those situations, stillness and calm behavior tip the odds overwhelmingly in the human's favor. Predators are not holding back out of mercy. They are not sitting around waiting for an excuse to attack. They are running the same cold calculation every apex predator on this planet runs constantly. Is this worth the risk? A human standing still, looking big, holding eye contact, and backing away slowly keeps answering that question with a firm, quiet no. Running answers it with yes, and it hand delivers the exact piece of information the predator's chase instinct has been waiting for since long before either of you was born.